Under the relentless blaze of the afternoon sun, 12 Apache warriors formed a solemn circle in the heart of the secluded valley. Their bronzed muscles glistened with sweat, etched with the scars of countless battles and hunts. Each man was a living testament to the tribe's unyielding spirit, fierce, unbowed, forged in the fires of survival amid the redstone cliffs that ringed their hidden settlement like ancient guardians. The air hummed with anticipation, thick with the scent of sage smoke and earth baked by the heat. Drums throbbed faintly in the background, echoing the heartbeat of the gathered tribe. But Kiona, the chief's daughter, paid no heed to the warriors' imposing display. Her dark eyes, framed by lashes as black as raven feathers, were fixed on a figure who had no place in this sacred ritual. At the edge of the clearing stood Levi Holloway, a gaunt cowboy with a weathered face marred by old scars. His thin frame, clad in faded denim and a threadbare shirt, cast a long, solitary shadow that seemed reluctant to fade. No invitation had summoned him here. No acknowledgement marked his presence. He was an outsider, a ghost from the white man's world, tolerated only for his infrequent trades. Yet when Chief Kuruk's voice boomed across the gathering, "Who do you choose, my daughter?" Kiona's finger rose, trembling like a leaf in the wind, and pointed straight at him. The warriors pivoted as one, their confusion morphing into a storm of outrage. Murmurs swelled into growls, fists clenched around weapons that, for now, remained sheathed. This defied the ancient ritual, where the strongest claimed the honor of alliance and legacy. Takakota, the mightiest among them, a towering giant with shoulders like forged iron, narrowed his eyes, his war-painted face twisting in fury. The circle fractured, tension crackling like dry lightning. 3 days prior, Levi had ridden into the valley on his emaciated horse, its ribs stark against its hide. Slung across the saddle was a modest bag of trade goods, furs, tools, and beads, gathered over 2 grueling months in the unforgiving territories beyond. The settlement, nestled in a cradle of crimson cliffs, was a sanctuary untouched by the encroaching railroads and settlements of the white world. Levi visited twice a year, his head bowed low, exchanging necessities for survival in his isolated existence. The Apache endured him because he brought no strife, asked no favors, and vanished like mist at dawn. He was a specter, harmless and forgettable, but fate conspired otherwise this time. As he approached the trading post, he found the village alive with ceremony. The central clearing teemed with tribespeople, their faces alive with excitement. The 12 warriors stood arrayed in ceremonial finery, feathers, war paint, and hides adorned with symbols of valor. Levi recognized the rite instantly, the choosing of a husband for the chief's daughter, a union that sealed pacts and shaped destinies. Tribes vied for this privilege. Wars had been waged over lesser honors. He reined in his horse, intending to retreat. This was no place for a lone cowboy scarred by fire and loss. But then his gaze caught hers. Kiona. He'd glimpsed her before, fleetingly, on prior visits, a vision of grace amid the daily toil. Today she commanded the center, clad in pristine white deerskin fringed with turquoise beads that caught the light like scattered stars. Her raven hair cascaded in intricate braids interwoven with eagle feathers, her cheeks marked with red ochre in patterns of power and purity. She should have appeared regal, a prize of the tribe. Instead, her posture betrayed a subtle cage, shoulders tense, eyes shadowed with unspoken dread. Their eyes locked across the expanse, a mere heartbeat's span. In that ephemeral connection, something profound stirred, an unspoken kinship as if souls long separated had brushed against each other. Recognition flickered in her widened gaze, mirroring the jolt in his chest. He'd never spoken to her, never approached, yet it felt like an old memory resurfacing. A tribesman shifted, severing the moment, but its echo lingered. Levi dismounted, tethering his horse near the post, resolved to wait out the rite. Yet an invisible tether held him, drawing him to the shadow's fringe. He watched as the warriors commenced their proofs of worth. Takakota led, his 7-foot frame a colossus. With fluid grace, he executed combat forms, swift strikes and leaps that blurred the air, culminating in hoisting a boulder that would crush lesser men. Cheers erupted, a thunderous affirmation. The others followed. Archery feats piercing distant targets, knife throws splitting hairs, displays of endurance that spoke of battles won and foes felled. Levi glanced at his own hands, gnarled from ancient burns, sinewy from hardship, not heroism. Meals skipped in lean times had hollowed him. Solitude had etched lines of quiet despair. He belonged nowhere, least of all here. But lifting his eyes, he found Kiona's gaze locked on him again. Not a fleeting glance, but a deliberate anchor. Her father gestured to the warriors, words flowing in the Apache tongue, but her focus remained unbroken. The warriors sensed it. Takakota whirled, tracing her line of sight, his features hardening into a mask of lethal promise. Whispers spread like wildfire through the crowd. Kuruk raised a hand, his voice thundering in accented English. My daughter will choose now. One man will join our family, become her husband, a warrior of our people. The 12 straightened, Takakota edging forward with smug certainty. Silence blanketed the clearing, even the breeze holding still. Kiona's hand ascended, quivering, her finger extending beyond the circle, past the paragons of strength, to Levi. Shock rippled like a quake. Gasps shattered the hush. Kuruk's face drained of color, then flushed crimson. Takakota's glare bored into Levi like daggers. Levi froze, breath caught. This was folly, a dream or delusion. But Kiona's voice pierced the tumult. Him. I choose him. Chaos ignited. Takakota surged forward, knife half drawn, the others forming a barricade of fury. Shouts erupted in a babel of tongues, all conveying outrage. Levi's hand twitched toward his absent holster. He'd left his revolver with his horse, honoring the sanctity. Now defenseless, he faced death's chorus. Kuruk's command sliced through. Stop! The warriors halted, seething. Takakota loomed inches away, his breath hot with bear grease and wrath. The chief approached Kiona, his tone low but resonant. Explain this choice. She lowered her hand but held Levi's gaze. I saw him 6 months ago, father, at the river crossing by the red cliffs. Levi's mind reeled back, tracking a stray calf mired in mud. He'd waded into the icy torrent, digging for hours as his scarred skin blazed in agony. Alone, or so he'd believed. I watched him save a creature most would abandon, she continued. He nearly drowned, yet persisted. On the bank he collapsed in exhaustion, not triumphant, just enduring. I saw his scars, old burns from saving his family's barn as a boy. He lost everything but never ceased trying. Her voice steadied. These warriors bear strength, but he carries kindness, the fortitude to suffer unrewarded, to persevere unseen. Takakota snarled. Weakness. Kiona countered. The courage to protect the helpless even at personal cost. That is the man I choose. Kuruk eyed Levi appraisingly. You are no Apache, no warrior. Can you protect her? Levi met his stare. Every fiber urged flight. The warrior's vengeance, the tribe's rejection loomed. But Kiona's eyes held him, unveiling a vulnerability he'd long buried. Yes, he rasped. I accept, Takakota bellowed, lunging. His fist cracked Levi's jaw, sending him sprawling in a burst of pain and blood. A boot reared for more, but Kuruk intervened. Enough! Warriors restrained Takakota, who seethed with unquenched rage. Our tradition is sacred, Kuruk declared. The choice is final, but worth must be proven. 3 trials as ancestors decreed for outsiders. Strength, courage, will. Fail one and you depart. She chooses anew. Takakota grinned ferally. 3 trials at dawn. Kuruk offered escape. Leave now unharmed. Levi glanced at Kiona, her fear not of trials but his failure. What are they? He asked. Dawn broke chill. At the cliff's base, warriors bore stone-laden slings, 40 pounds each. Levi's shoulders screamed under the burden. The path snaked 300 feet up, narrow and treacherous. Climb to the summit marker and return, Kuruk intoned. No drops, no rests beyond 3 breaths. Falls mean death. Takakota whispered, I'll watch you plummet. The signal fell. Warriors ascended like predators. Levi lagged, slipping on gravel, lungs afire. Midway, a slip nearly doomed him. He clung desperately. Rocks rained from Takakota above. Despair clawed, but Kiona's distant figure spurred him. Drawing on lifetimes of grit, he closed the gap, touched the marker amid warriors' descent. Takakota blocked the path. Move me. Exhausted, Levi sat. I'll wait. Time stretched. Kuruk commanded passage. Takakota yielded minimally, forcing a perilous squeeze. Levi edged past, heart pounding, then descended to collapse victorious. First trial complete. Kuruk announced amid mixed reactions. Sunset heralded the second, the canyon of dead trees, a labyrinth of bleached skeletons harboring snakes, cougars, pitfalls. Unarmed, retrieve a marked stone before Moon's Peak. Levi navigated shadows, evading a rattler, searching methodically. Finding his stone, he heard pursuit, Takakota, intent on murder. Fleeing, Levi stirred the snake's nest. It struck Takakota. Venom felled the giant. Levi aided him out, earning grudging respect. Second trial complete. The third, combat arena, 11 warriors versus Levi in elimination bouts. Battered, Levi faced Neshoba's onslaught, crumpling under blows. Then Takakota intervened. This is not our way. He saved me when I hunted him. His heart outshines our muscle. Kuruk concurred. Trials end. He proves worthy. Kiona approached, her touch affirming. That evening, under starlit skies, they wed, simple rites, binding worlds. Months later, their border home-bridged cultures. Kiona shared lore. Levi, ranching ways. Takakota visited, scars fading, unspoken bonds forming. On porches at dusk, Levi reflected. The weakest prevailed through unyielding heart. In Kiona's gaze he found home, proving love's trials forged the truest strength.